Good afternoon, my dear friends. This video is about how my brother-in-law, who brought me into Navy Federal, was able to get a $25,000 cash rewards credit card from Navy Federal, just piggybacking off of my account. The wonderful things that Navy Federal does for its members, I actually got that information here from YouTube itself, and it made me aware of what Navy Federal Credit Union is and its products. It just happened that my brother-in-law is a retired officer from the Air Force, and I actually requested him to sponsor me into Navy Federal. But at that time, he was not a member of Navy Federal himself. He was banking regularly for the past 50 years or so with USAA Bank. So he was not really a Navy Federal member. But because I bugged him about being able to get into Navy Federal, he's very nice. He was very nice. So he's a nice guy. So I've actually done a lot of things for him also. And so when he went into Navy Federal, he actually opened an account. And instead of referring me to Navy Federal, I did not realize that he actually opened a joint account for me and him. And this was because he wasn't really aware and he did not know how to get me into Navy Federal. So he just thought he had to open a joint account to be able to get me there. So that was really nice of him, which I owe him so much. He texted me and told me that, okay, the bank account is set up. I am with Navy Federal, but I did not really realize that we are joint owners of the account. So he ended up opening a joint checking and a joint savings account. And that's how I started with Navy Federal. Then I went into a branch office very close to where I live to get my ATM. And when I went there, the rep who was helping me actually informed me that I am able to get my own account separate from the joint account that was already open, which I was really excited about that. So by the second week of joining Navy Federal, I already had 4 accounts open. That was a joint savings and a joint checking account with my brother-in-law. And I now had my own personal checking and savings as well. Once that account was opened, I was the one who actually funded the checking. All the accounts, including the joint accounts and my personal accounts. So I put money in there from my other banks and funded those 4 accounts. And mind you, my brother-in-law did not really put up any amount there. So once the account was open, it was only me who had access to it. He had an ATM card, but he never really used it. And he used it for like a small purchase just to activate the debit card as per advice from this lady from Navy Federal. And so as I shared in my other video of how I got approved for the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card for $25,000, yes, there was a lot of gardening involved. Now, at the end of this video, I will share with you some data points on my brother-in-law and maybe possibilities on why he was approved for that $25,000 cash rewards credit limit without ever doing anything with our joint account on Navy Federal. So basically, yes, he got me into Navy Federal, which is priceless in itself, or there would have been no chance that I would be able to get in. And it's through his service that I owe this to him. And at the same time, in return, I was able to get him approved for that $25,000 credit card as well, where he told me that was his highest credit limit ever. and that his highest credit limit was not beyond $10,000 for any of his credit cards. At that time, when I felt that I was ready to apply for a credit card from Navy Federal and went through the pre-qualification, I qualified for all the cards, but I chose the cash rewards because from what I understand, it's the easiest a card to get. I did not want to be too ambitious with that. So, as I have shared in my other video, I was approved and finally got approved for the cash rewards card for a $25,000 credit limit. Of course, I was very excited to share this with my brother-in-law, and in fact, I then told him to go and give it a shot as well and do a late night hack like I did. But to be honest, I am not sure if it's the late night hack that allowed us to get that, or was it maybe the relationship that was already built upon that gained us that, trust from Navy Federal. Here was the text that I shared with my brother-in-law when I finally got my first ATM card with Navy Fed. And I also shared with him my approval for the $25,000 credit limit. And so I encouraged him and instructed him to do the same thing, do the pre-qualification, and wait until after midnight. And this was his text when he got approved. And if you can see in the text, he actually applied at about 2 o'clock in the morning. And at 2:18 a.m., he received the notification for approval. And there it is, my friends. He was also approved for $25,000 for the cash rewards card without having to do anything with our account. All he did basically was get me into Navy Federal, and I did the rest. So as far as putting direct deposits, doing the pledge loan, opening up an easy certificates and a share savings account, and all the gardening that I heard about that I did to make sure that I will have that relationship with Navy Federal. And my brother-in-law really has not done anything with a joint account because he has been banking with USAA. But once he was approved, he was really happy, and he is now doing direct deposits in Navy Federal as well. So he's now a big fan too. The only difference in our credit limits is the interest rate. Mine was 9.65. His was just a little bit over 12%. So, but still, having that credit limit for him, he could not believe it himself. And what this account did to his credit score, at this time, he is now in the high 700s from a low 620 credit score. So that really helped him a lot. Again, just wanted to share a snapshot of my NFCU account at my time of application, okay? We had a joint e-checking and a joint share savings account. I had my own everyday checking as well and my own savings. And I had an easy certificates account, a Savefirst account, and I also had a pledge loan, by the way. I'm sorry, I think it got cut off here in the picture, but I had a remaining balance of $255 on my pledge account. On my, that was initially $550, and I paid off about 50%, although I did hear that you have to pay off about 90% of that, but I just did a 50%. And just a quick recap of my Credit Karma profile at that time. My TransUnion was at 743, and my Equifax was 748. And like I said, my credit was not perfect at that time. I had 22% utilization. I did have a 100% payment history, and I don't know why it was cut off in this image here. But as you can see, I have a derogatory, which is a collection of about $116 from Geico, which they passed on to CCCS collections, and I'm still disputing that until now. So I'm still working on that. So my credit age, I don't know why it's only at 1 year, 7 months, but I had a total of 10 accounts, and I think the one that is cut off here, I had about 4 inquiries, I think. So despite not really having perfect credit at that time, Navy Federal was very generous with me and my brother-in-law, possibly knowing that, we are on a joint account. So I think that had a lot to do with why he was approved, even if he himself was not a member of Navy Federal for so long. It was basically about just a little bit over 2.5 months for him and me since we opened the joint account. So that may be something that you may want to consider later on if you have a family member who is in the service, in the military, and instead of just being referred to Navy Federal, and if it's somebody who trusts you and you trust them, you may want to try having a joint account with them. And, it's just a matter of trust. But it is just something that I know was never discussed, but I think made a big impact on how this happened. And it was not meant to happen this way. All I needed was a referral for Navy Federal, but somehow my brother-in-law opened a joint account, which also served as a kind of a blessing in disguise for him as well. So all things work together for good. A quick glance of our joint account owner's data. This is with my brother-in-law. So basically, he has always banked with USAA. He is currently employed part-time with a security agency. He had a high utilization of more than 50%. His credit score is in the low 600s. He had quite a few late payments and some collections, and he had more than 10 inquiries because of some car shopping that he did about 2 years ago. So as you can see, he did not really have a stellar credit record as well, but he was still able to avail and benefit from that $25,000 credit limit, and he was able to do balance transfers and got rid of a lot of his other cards that had high interests. And very well, that is my video on how my brother-in-law was also able to avail of the $25,000 cash rewards credit card limit, just piggybacking off of my Navy Federal account. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you can like, share, and comment, and subscribe as well. I'm very new here, but I really wanted to share personal experiences and a journey, not just, getting information somewhere and sharing it with you. This is my own personal journey, and I really appreciate that some of you have subscribed. And like I said, I have no ulterior motives except to be able to share this information because I know what it has done for me. And even if I'm really not used to making videos, I have a stage fright just talking to people. So just to be able to do this and produce this, so some of you folks may be able to get some ideas from this, that would be wonderful. And I appreciate you very much for being so patient with my video. All I can say is that Navy Federal is really all about building relationships, and I have really proven that as per my personal experience, and I'm very grateful for that as well. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, and share. And I appreciate you very much, especially to the ones who had faith in me despite my very beginner videos and have subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much, and I will do my best to learn more, and whatever information I'm able to share, I will do that here in my channel. Thank you very much, and have a very blessed day.